Last week we learned about the story of the Good Samaritan, a man who rescues a fellow traveler stranded on the side of the road, despite the fact that they are enemies. And as a reminder, there were three main points that we drew from this story. First, that everyone, even people we don't like that much, is our neighbor. So when Jesus says to love our neighbor, that means to love everyone. Second, that loving our neighbor is about more than just being nice. It's about giving something significant to care for their needs. And third, that loving our neighbor starts with having empathy for them, which, remember, means trying to understand what they are feeling and what they are going through, what it's like to be them. So today I want us to think a little bit about how we can love our neighbors, especially in the midst of this global pandemic, keeping in mind these ideas that we've learned from Jesus' story. So I have three ways for you to show some love to your neighbors this week, and I want you to try one of them out. And if you're feeling extra creative, you can come up with another idea of your own. But if you do, I want you to make sure that it fits with those three things, that it's for someone you wouldn't normally do this for, and in other words, that it's not just for your best friend, that it's something that is going to require some effort or sacrifice on your part, and that while you're doing it, you take a little time to think about how the other person feels during this event and after receiving your act of love. So here's my three ideas for you to try. First, one group of people that have really had a tough time during this crisis are folks who are alone. Maybe they live in a nursing home or an assisted living facility and have essentially been locked in their room with no visitors allowed for weeks. Maybe they just live alone, and now that they're not allowed to go anywhere, that's really hard. Whatever the reason, there are people all around us who are alone during this crisis, and they are probably looking for some human connection. So my first idea is for you to connect with one of those people and either become pen pals, which is a really old-timey thing where you mail letters back and forth to one another, or to set up regular FaceTime get-togethers if they are a little more tech-savvy and want to do that. But find some way to create a connection with someone you might not otherwise connect with. If you have someone in your family or you know someone already who fits into this category of being alone, great. If not, and you want to do this, get in touch with me and I'll find you a pen pal from the church. Idea number 2 is to look around your neighborhood and see if there's someone who is particularly affected by this pandemic. Maybe they are older and have really been forced to stay home, or maybe they've been sick, or maybe they have really little kids at home, which I can tell you from experience makes it challenging to get anything done. Whatever the reason, find somebody who could really use a helping hand and do something for them. Maybe bake them something delicious and leave it on their doorstep with a note that says you were thinking of them. Or maybe notice something that needs to be done in their yard, raking leaves or mowing grass or something, and offer to do it for them. Something that will really help them out during this difficult time. And finally, idea number 3 is to do something for your teachers. I know for a lot of kids, school is not their favorite thing, and so their teachers might not be their favorite people, but they've really been working hard these last few weeks for all of you. So find some way to help them out. Maybe send them a digital gift certificate for something nice, or maybe make a really encouraging card and set that as your profile pic on whatever video classroom tool you use, so that the next time you log in, they'll see it and feel special. For those of you who are in our Sunday school program at UCC Little Compton, your families will have gotten an email from me with instructions on how to log into something called Flipgrid, where you have a mission if you choose to accept it. I want you to send me a video telling me which of these ideas you did, or what other idea you had, why you chose it, and how you feel after doing it. Some of you may feel like these sorts of things are kind of small, like how much of a difference can they really make? But the truth is that each of our individual actions can add up to make a really big difference in the lives of others. As an example, here's an illustration that caught my eye recently explaining how social distancing helps slow the virus. It's really cool to look at this and see how big the impact was from each individual who chose to stay home and thereby prevented a whole chain of other people from being exposed. And it's a really good reminder that our individual actions can really add up and have ripple effects way past the thing we did by itself. I'm really looking forward to hearing how you guys do with this. Talk to you soon.